So guys, I've been walking around the property here, and this guy's been following me, and he's got a camera.
Welcome to RangerRob Country Living.
Good morning, everyone. This is RangerRob, and welcome to the RangerRob Country Living channel. Today's a Saturday. It's definitely a sparkling day in Central Oregon, and our puppy. What's that? Our puppy has learned a new trick of getting up on our pond from the back side and playing king of the mountain. Unfortunately, she learned how to move some of the stones at the top. So we found our yard flooding this morning because she knocked over one of our blocks here, and without that one block, the water goes too fast and goes over the edge. Anyway, so always nice to have a puppy around.
Hey, we're gonna do it again.
So today we have John Smith and his wife from Arizona coming in later in the afternoon, and we're also going to cook him up some 3-2-1 ribs in the Traeger. So we're looking forward to that. We'll be kind of sprucing up the RV just for our guests, and we'll have a really good dinner. It'd be nice to have them over. They wanted to get the homesteading experience, and they're definitely going to get that by we're going to process meatbirds tomorrow in the morning. We got to capture the meatbirds, and yeah, so that'll be interesting. Today we also are going to plant corn, so that'll be done over in that section down there. We're not sure if we're going to do all the rows, but just a couple of rows of corn just for personal use for Sherry and I. So like I said, we're going a little easier on ourselves this year. So anyway, but this morning I've still got to feed my piggies, and the meatbirds are getting fed this morning, but after that we're going to stop feeding them, but make sure they have lots of water to clear out their crawls and stuff for processing tomorrow. So yeah, that'll be kind of interesting. We have quite a few people actually helping out with the processing. John and Debbie are turning it into a barbecue get together too. So it should be actually a lot of fun, even though we've got to process chickens. So yeah, let's get this day going. I cannot believe how much these two dogs play. I mean, they play all day long. And what are you guys doing? They're just relentless. They were just playing on a dirt pile, and they get pretty riled up, but they play together really good. Sometimes it looks rough, but the puppy can handle it, and the German Shepherd takes quite a bit of abuse. Come on, guys, let's go. Come on. They get into the dirt, they get into everything, but they get good exercise. Starting next week, Abby, well, both of them actually, are going to start working on the leash training and dog obedience and stuff, getting them ready for, well, it's time for that. Plus, when we start using our RV more and stuff and going to RV parks, it's going to be important that they know how to act on a leash and stuff. So anyway, they're hitting the property, getting into trouble, finding what things they can get into. But we're going to start off by checking on the greenhouse, watering and feeding the chickens. All the chickens get fed this morning, but starting tonight, the meatbirds are coming off food. And I think the pigs are still out in the field. Yeah, they're back there. A lot of them are hang out under the trees, but when they catch wind that I'm out and about, the whole herd will go over to the main area. So yeah, they're getting kind of predictable until they escape. So anyway, let's check in the greenhouse. Yeah, and here we always check, make sure the plants, sometimes the emitters might pop out or something. That could actually drain the big tank. But all of them are, all the plants are looking good. I even got a couple of flowers on some of them. So yeah, they took very well. Like I said, my other plants are just a little too small, but all is good. All right, let's go feed the chickens. Well, guys, it's a little later in the day, and took care of animals already. Got my 3-2-1 ribs cooking, baby back ribs. They'll take 6 hours, and now it's time to get the corn bicycle. So this is what we call the corn bicycle. Basically, this is a planter. It looks like it is easy to use, and you just roll along, it digs a hole, and it drops the seed every 6 inches. But it never seems to work exactly that way. So we got a piece of rope we tied to the front of it. One person pulls while the other one leans on it, kind of keeps it to the ground. So it's not the perfect tool, but we planted corn with it last year and it came out really good. So we'll be using that again. We'll be planting candy corn and bodacious corn this year, and we're not planting as much as last year, but it'll be plenty for our family. So this is where we're going to be planting. Of course, last year things were a lot prettier. We did get the first, well, basically 4 rows cleared. We probably won't plant this outer row just because we're just hurting on time this year. So we'll kind of clear it out a little bit. We're gonna soften it up a little, but it doesn't have to be perfect. And this last row back here, we thought we'd put sunflowers in. So 3 main rows of corn this year is plenty. And Sherry was trying this new tool here we got here. It's a little cultivator by hand. She did the first row with it and it came out pretty good. So we'll do a little cultivating, pull a couple of extra weeds, and get the corn planted. And yeah, call it good. Well, we've been doing a little cleanup up here and a little cultivating. We did break out an electric cultivator that we've always hated, but it works really good in here because there's no rocks stuff, because we tilled all this thing. So it's going a lot faster now. We were using this unit right here. It's kind of weak and stuff, but it works really good on these rows, so it's making the process go faster. We just need the ground loosened up to make it easier to use the corn planter. So yeah, kind of working on that. It's kind of warm out, so we'll do a couple rows and cool off a little bit. And so far so good. So back to work. And Sherry's hauling off a bunch of stuff to the burn pile. So besides, she likes to drive the tractor. Go, Sherry, go! Alright, back to work. Alright guys, well, taking a little break before I plant corn. So the 3-2-1 ribs, which is 3 hours of smoking, and that's what I got right here. Just pulled them out. Now I'm going to put them on tin foil, seal them up, each one individually, and they'll be covered with honey, brown sugar, and some apple juice. So anyhow, so we're in first phase of 3 hours is done. 2 hours now will be cooking in the tin foil, and then 1 hour we put last hour we pull it back out, glaze it with barbecue sauce, put them in for another hour to glaze the outside, gives it a nice crust, really yummy. And yeah, so that's the 3-2-1 ribs. Last thing I forgot to mention is the honey I'm using on my ribs is from John Pearson, which is on our podcast. So I'm looking forward to using his honey on these, and they're going to be delicious. So guys, I've been walking around the property here, and this guy's been following me, and he's got a camera. Anyway, this is John Smith from Small Town Tourists.
That's right.
And he's from Arizona. He's came up here with his wife, and they're spending the night with us. We wish we could have them longer, because you guys probably know as I will, you can't see this place in a day.
No.
But we thought he'd show him around the farm a little bit, and he was really interested in checking out our hydroponics. We're really glad to have you. And,
super excited to be here, Rob.
We've been driving like 6 hours today.
6 hours, Spokane, Washington.
Ugh, so.
Yeah, we ate at the original pancake house this morning.
All right.
And now here we are, ready to eat some ribs at your place.
So I was thinking, our place is kind of boring. Then I start talking, and it's like, once I kind of explain everything, I'm going, gosh, I guess we do a lot of stuff here. But
this is not boring at all. This is really, really cool.
So John gets the privilege of seeing our meatbirds, because this is their last night. In fact, they don't get food tonight. But around here, these meatbirds are being processed tomorrow. This is a chicken tractor, and they're pretty good sized birds.
Oh yeah.
So they're ready to go do their thing, and when they crow, they sound like a rubber chicken. Alright guys, this is Ranger Rob here, and this is the next day, and today is our processing day of the chickens. However, we got to check on the John and Debbie's piggies. So these all were our piglets at one time, and they're big, and one of them was, if you remember correctly, was named Dinky, and it's not so dinky anymore. So anyway, over here we have a lot of people helping us out. We got stations all set up and plucking machines and everything for the chickens. Our chickens are in the back of the truck. John Smith and his wife Shelly are here with us. They're gonna enjoy a little bit of time with us, see how we do this. And we also want to take a look at John's and Debbie's new barn. So they looks pretty nice.
Opens up and the sow goes to the board.
Wow.
When we get them. Yeah. So yeah, he did a really good job on this one.
Turned out really nice.
Yeah, this is great.
Yeah, and then I got my 2 females over here.
Very nice.
And the gray one is the mama to these guys.
That's
All right, guys, we're looking at the main operation of where we're going to dispatch our chickens. We have cones all set up for bleeding out the chickens. We have hot water scalding area. The plucking machine here, which is amazing. Then over here is processing, cleaning out the outside. They got sinks in here. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I own a couple of tables. So yeah, we're looking forward to doing this process and having a lot of people observing and some helping out, and we appreciate it. So yeah, here we go. So I didn't get a chance to show you, these are all of our chickens in here, and also here we have 24 we'll process. We're going to start off with John and Debbie's. These birds, we split with them. We bought 50, and Debbie and John took 25, I took 25. I lost one, they lost one. So, but we'll be doing a lot of chickens today. And I got a couple down here. And yeah, so it's quite a day, nice weather for it. And we're going to get started as soon as the water's at temperature. And we'll try to get some tactful pictures. So far we did about 4 chickens. We're kind of getting the process down. So we have nothing hanging in there, nor in the plucker. These are 2 that are ready to be processed. The gentleman over here is processing one right now.
Yeah, you're just getting all the ones that you want.
Maybe. And then
And the best way to do is fill it up. Yeah, that's
our supervisor Debbie
and shake it.
is showing how we finish off the birds at the end, and then eventually they'll end up in a ice chilled water
On the wings. Right
and
this is why I had
for
this
storage. So yeah, it's going real good. We're kind of avoiding showing the dispatch part and the cones, but yeah, so far so good. We're all just kind of getting the process down. So guys, this is the end of the evening. We were working birds. We did what, 48 birds?
48, yeah.
Yeah, so everybody's exhausted. The girls, the ones that are processing the birds are really the heroes. I mean, us killers that were doing the cones and stuff. Anyway, that was probably the hardest job. So we salute Sherry and it was about 3 processors.
Yeah.
And that's hard work. And I think that was the hardest part out of it.
Jim
And Debbie and Sherry.
And John and Debbie were amazing
Yeah.
to have this set up for us.
Yes. So we couldn't have done this without John and Debbie, so we're very grateful. And and I'm very grateful it's over.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. So we don't have to feed birds anymore. So, but all of us have nice full freezers, and thanks to John and Debbie and all the volunteers. So anyway, with that note in mind, I'm going to close this video out. So please take the time to like, subscribe, and share our videos all over the whole wide world. We appreciate it. And we'll see you next time. Bye.
This video is made possible by RangerRob Poopy Bags, available on Amazon right now. Thank you very much for watching our video. Please take the time to like, subscribe, and share our videos all over the whole wide world. Thanks.